jumped there, I don't know why. Hello! Welcome, what up, Spam Fam? Sorry, wasn't concentrating. Today is a Whatever Wednesday, and we are trying to make... We're doing an experiment-ish. We're making salt dough. So, I've worked with air dry clay before, and I wanted to see what the difference was between air dry and salt dough. Like, which one's better? Because obviously this one would be cheaper. Flour's not expensive, salt's not expensive, and they come in quite large quantities, so I was like, let's test this theory. Yeah? So in here I have flour and salt. I have, I think, a cup of flour, half a cup of salt, and you're going to need a half cup of water, but you're going to add that water slowly and just mix and knead it together. But I ended up needing a lot more water than they said, because you want to make like a dough ball type thing. This was very messy. I was very grossed out by this. But here we have our mixture. It didn't take long to mix together. It's very fun to play with. Squishy. Just keep adding. I should have tested whether you can add like the food colouring to it. But I've taken a bit and put it to the side because I also want to try freeze it and defrost it and see whether it will do its thing. Do the same thing, because that could be quite cool. You could make a batch and just keep it in the freezer. But we're going to try sculpting with this first. Now, I was going to do an air clay dry one thing, what they're called in English. Air dry clay version as well, but I've worked with it before, so I'm just going to compare in my mind. Poking these holes was fun because I got to blow them out. I know, I'm sad. I got some extra water because that's how I would attach it with the air dry clay. Not, disclaimer, I'm not a professional clay artist thing or whatever. Sculptor. But I'm just using the methods that I know. So it was fairly easy to mould and cut out. A little rough around the edges, but we'll try and smooth that all out with some water. Which is working. I was a little concerned because obviously, is it gonna go weird on the edges because of the water and the salt? But it seemed fine. So that's one thing done. This one I'm trying to make like a paintbrush holder. Again, it's quite easy to mould and work with. You're not getting the seamless edges you would with the clay. But I'm figuring that I can fix all of that with the paint stage. I'm just making a whole bunch of other weird things. But overall, working with it wasn't too bad. He's cut. He's to mould. You just not, like I say, you're just not getting the smoothness with the like you would with the air dry because it's grainy. But then projects, you'll see, don't come out too badly. But here's where we are. Okay, I made these things. My irritation is the dry time. The droplets took no time at all to dry, but the rest of it took about 2 weeks. And it like collapses in on itself a little bit type thing. And bows, as where with the air dry clay you wouldn't have that issue. But this guy's got like a hole in it where so it's collapsed in on itself. I can't give you a reason why it did that, but already air dry clay is better. It takes about a week at most, and this project, lordy, I have been waiting 2 weeks, over 2 weeks for this to dry. And I'm not entirely sure that the cloud is fully dry, but we're going to paint it anyway, so let's just get this over with. I'm sick of it. Yeah, I had some issues with this guy. He broke. I manhandled it too much, and this one broke as well. So they died. Wouldn't have happened with air dry clay. But again, I think it was the thickness of this one and the warpedness of the other one. But this is my little birdhouse thingamajig. I have painted and Mod Podged them. This one's got extra coats because I want to put this in my neighbour's tree. They recently put a bird feeder in there and I thought that would be cute next to it. Then we have this. I kind of like this, but I cannot explain to you how annoying it was to thread. Oh, the pain. But I love that one. Again, it's not the smoothest of things in the world. Like, the edges are not smooth or anything like that, but as a quick, like, Saturday project that you want to wait for the rest of your life to dry, it's perfect. Like, the painting process took me a day, 2 days most, including Mod Podging it. But the drying process, oh my. Never again. I made this thing for my Rubik's Cube. Because I currently have it on a cardboard one. It kind of lost its shape just a little bit in the drying process, I think, but it still works. I can still have it in and have it as a stand, and it works quite well. It's my only thing with Mariah's Rubik's Cube. It needed to come with a stand, because you don't see all the sides. But I do like that one. So this is the current stand taped together and falling apart. I mean, I could have just retaped it and it would have been fine, but I thought while I'm at it, I might as well have a try and see if we can make a stand for it. You just got to get it in a certain angle with that one. Just the way that it's sunk a little bit. But it works for me. Out of here. Yeah, we had some deaths in the process. But I wasn't overly excited about those ones anyway. I just had some dough and didn't know what to do. But like I said, that is for my neighbour's tree. I have a Rubik's Cube stand. Overall, it's an okay process. Just take into account that it's gonna need time to dry. If you enjoyed this, do hit that like and hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you've used salt dough before, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!